Good morning, it's a Monday and I'm no more staffed. That means that it's the countdown to when I'm no longer an employee at my current job. So because it's a Monday and I'm not used to not working, I'm gonna go and get a massage. I'm just gonna kind of get a bit of revenge. A Karl Lagerfeld sweater and my Abercrombie jeans, and these are the same shoes I've been wearing for ages, like they're from Rieker. I wear them every day. So I'm just gonna grab my coat, put on some lip balm, and I'm gonna go for my massage. It's obviously in my neighborhood, so it's gonna be like a 20-minute walk, and I'll take it from there. I'll see what I do on my first day of doing nothing. Time to brave the cold. I'm so out of breath. I'm just back and it just started raining, so good timing. I had my massage, I enjoyed it, except some of the feet thing. I don't like the reflexology part, but fine. It was cash only, so I ended up having to go and kind of try to go and get some cash, which meant I lost a bit of time and I missed my post office delivery. So tomorrow, as I'm getting a facial, I'm gonna go to the post office afterwards to, to get my package. I'm guessing it's my business cards, my new business cards. And I had like an allergic reaction. I have this thing where when I'm very tired or sleepy, all of my body itches, and so I'm like always itching like this, and sometimes people don't know what it is, but that's a sign typically that I'm tired and sleepy. Also, I have this thing where my skin reacts to like detergents or tight outfits. So because I was wearing my jeans, the moment I wore them after my massage, I had fire on my legs, so I had to, as soon as I got home, to change into something that was more comfortable. And I ran to the pharmacy to buy a sort of like some product. This is the equivalent of a Benadryl, so it's just an antihistamine cream. So I'm gonna just apply this on my legs and then prepare something to eat for lunch. So that's my morning so far. Morning guys, day 2. I'm about to go to the post office to get my business cards. This is what I'm wearing, just my usual military jacket, utility jacket, with a Primark t-shirt, then my leggings and my boots. So yeah, I'm gonna just do that, and then this afternoon I have a facial at 3 p.m. I haven't had a facial since I moved to Belgium. The problem is that I have a bit of active acne, so I'm not sure how they're going to handle this, but anyway, that's their problem. I started packing again a bit, so I have half of this suitcase that is filled. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is empty, but because I was having the apartment visits, this got filled again, so I'm not very happy about it. But this now is almost empty, and today I emptied one more drawer. So for now I have these 2 drawers are filled, these 2, and the top 2 also. Not very happy with this progress, but at least everything in the bottom is done. My bed, as always. When I'm back, I'm gonna try to continue filling that one suitcase so that when my sister visits next month, she can take it back with her to London. And then I'm also gonna prepare a mini suitcase for when I go to Italy, so I have my vacation there. I need to start washing the clothes that I'm gonna wear there, etc., etc. And then probably clean a bit the apartment, because I haven't had any visits yesterday and today, but just in case, I don't think the apartment is clean at all, but at the same time I don't want to slave it. So the thing is that I don't think I'm going to be able to stage my apartment, but I feel that when it comes to apartment visits, the less things you have crammed in the apartment, the more people can relate and imagine themselves living there. This whole thing, this whole moving thing makes me wonder how much things I have accumulated over the past couple of years, and I'm not super happy about it. So I know that this summer or probably this autumn, when I move to my final apartment in London, I'll probably try to really cut down everything that I use. Good morning. It's a bit of a weird feeling because I thought that being relieved of my professional obligations would mean that every day I would wake up, work out, do all the things that I was dreaming of doing when I was on client engagements. But what has happened so far is that it's a bit underwhelming. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed with how much fun I'm having, but it's more I just realized I'm not really good at not doing anything. And there is this thing where I have always been working. There wasn't a single time where I wasn't working. So even when I left my previous job, I had been working until the very last day, and I even had to go one extra day to just finish a couple of things, and I had worked really hard. And so all the time leading to my following job was me preparing all the paperwork, being Moroccan and all. I had to do a lot of paperwork, check that I didn't kill somebody, have a proof of that, and make sure that I had all the proof that I wasn't going there to marry someone, and that I had enough for financial subsistence, that an employer actually wanted me, all these kind of things. And it took several weeks, but by then I knew what I was working towards, and so I was having things to do, and there were some days where I didn't have much to do. Now I am home basically, and on Monday I went and I got a massage. On Tuesday I got a facial. On Wednesday I had a Skype call with an old friend, and so we caught up. And today, Thursday, I'm just sitting here and I'm realizing I ran out of things I wanted to do. And I don't know why I thought I would be working out and doing yoga and everything. I just don't feel like it. So I thought I would fix it by actually starting to plan what I was going to do over the next few days, and not be very hard on myself. And also remind myself that I have value just for existing, so I shouldn't attach my value to what I do on a day-to-day basis, or the fact that I have a very high caliber job. So it's definitely something that I need to talk to myself about. I just need to drill this story in my head, that there is more to me than what I do, and then continue working on my plan. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to lay down all the steps that I need to work on for my move. Now what I did yesterday is I have my phone. So I have my phone. I got a London phone number, and this is just my old phone from Morocco. I'm paying Meditel. I've been paying them for years, because every time I try to cancel, I send them the letter and they say no, there is something missing and blah and blah. You know how they're so bad at this. They're easy to get you as a client, but then to get rid of them, it's just horrible. So maybe I'm gonna try again next year. But anyway, so what I was doing yesterday, I'm just trying to show you here, is that I downloaded all the different apps that I used to have on my iPhone, and that were for personal use. So I'm currently just trying to learn to use my Samsung again, live through it, and also be used to not using as much data. I used to use my 4G, my 3G for everything, like maps. I would be walking and using maps and everything, and now I just need to recognize that I have to pay for this stuff, and it's not for client work. So I need to just learn how to do certain things differently again. I'm also currently eating things. This doesn't look very yummy, but I'm trying to finish a lot of things in my pantry. So let me show you what I have now. So I did have quite a few things that I had bought, but I'm trying to finish them just because I'm going to be moving in a few weeks. So I have like these quinoa things, etc., etc. And I have here a lot more food. And then I decided that today I'm gonna do a bit more dishes, but I'm gonna start putting these things away, like all my storage things and some of my own plates, because most of the plates are not mine. So all of this stuff is not mine. This is mine, this is mine, this is Moroccan actually. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be working on. Oops, just starting to put things away so that when it comes to moving, I don't have to struggle a lot. And then I'm gonna call the moving company and the storage company right after I have my breakfast, and just start having the discussion with them, because the thing is, they are so eager to have me as a client that they're using the cheap selling techniques that they use with everybody. You know how oh, you have to hurry, we only have one spot left, oh, you need to book it right now, actually we need to call you and get your credit card info and things like that. And for me, it's not about money, it's about the fact that I don't like to be cornered. So I'm just gonna sit down, have my breakfast, take a notebook and write down all the different steps so that I'm able to clear my mind, because yesterday I almost didn't sleep just because I was thinking of all the things that I need to do. So I'm gonna get on it now. It's nighttime, it's unbelievably cold, but I decided to still go out. I'm going to a concert by Karima Sqalli, who's a Moroccan singer. She's doing a concert here in Brussels with an Arab music ensemble. So I'm literally shaking because I'm so cold in my apartment. It's -3 degrees, and because I'm at the top, there is something with the heater, or I don't know, but it's just not working. So I'm gonna just wear my thickest coat and I'm gonna run to go to the concert. Hi guys, I just arrived. I feel that my face is completely red because it's still -3 degrees C, and I just can't wait for spring to come. It must be funny for you guys because you're watching this in summer, but I just decided to space these videos by a few weeks just so that you get to see the whole process at once. And I'm aware that the content is not always super interesting, but I think it's also part of life, being quite realistic about what is happening with me here. So I just went grocery shopping. I went to the small delays that I have in my neighborhood, and I'm trying to buy little things, like to buy smaller quantities, because then I get to use the things immediately. That's the same thing that I'm going to be doing in London. I'm going to just be buying small quantities and eating things as I go. I have bread, because today I want to make something with clear. I have a small trout. I always get this small trout. It's a cheaper alternative to salmon. I do have a bit of salmon left in my fridge anyway. And then I have some eggs. I always have eggs. I eat tons of eggs just because I feel like if I don't have enough protein, I just starve. I'm one of those people who really need protein to feel full. And then, let me just put this. Then I have some sardines, and these are sardines that I'm going to use for my ramens whenever I make my soup. So that's what I have bought. I'm just going to lay all of these things here, and then I'm going to put them in my fridge. In the meantime, what I have done is I have started getting out all the things that are mine. Like I said yesterday, I'm trying to just start packing everything. So I'm going to start already with these things. I have these things from Hema, which are storage containers, and what I have put in them is shopping bags, so basically the same as this one, and I have put them in here. So I'm gonna just get some wrapping paper, and I'm gonna get on this, put my groceries in the fridge, and I'm also using these things. So today this is what I'm gonna be eating with khlir, which, as you guys probably already know, is cured meat. Hey, it's an hour later and I have progress. Let me show you. So this is what I still have to pack. I have started packing these bowls from Morocco. This is the khlir, the best khlir that I like. It's from Liazami. Absolutely love it. That's my lunch, ready. So these are beans with khlir, and I have my bread over. Oh yeah, I forgot my bread. And so that's just my list. I'm progressing on my checklist. And here is my kitchen box. So I already started packing a few things. So it's going very slow, but at least I'm doing things, I'm progressing. I'm trying to really not be negative or anything like that, so I'm going to progress on the packing, do it very diligently, progress on all the checklist of things that I have to do, and we'll take it from there. So yesterday what I did was I finished transferring all the apps from my iPhone to my Android, so to my Samsung. It's not transferring, but basically just downloading the apps to my Samsung, making sure I have logged in, and then, you know, having the right payment system, etc., and then deleting all the personal apps from here. I also switched all my payments to my personal credit card instead of the professional credit card, and then I paid off all the balance for my professional credit card, so now I can give it back to my work whenever I want to. What else did I do? Yeah, that was that. I will have at some point to move all the photos from this phone to my computer, so I'm gonna do that later today. But now I'm just gonna have my lunch, and then I'm gonna edit a video for the end of month review and favorites. I'm using a new format, so I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see how that goes with you guys, and whether people like it. Hey guys, a bit of update from yesterday. I progressed a bit on the packing, so I have a lot of things in here. And hold on, I just need to turn off the music. Okay, that wasn't attractive, right? That was too close to my face. I did do some grocery shopping, got some milk. I'm back to drinking milk, things like that. Just having my orange juice, and my very dirty oven is on now because I'm gonna do my lasagna. I can't find the lid to these things, but here I'm still packing all of these things. I'm pretty happy about my tea station. I don't know if you guys remember what it looked like before, but it was pretty crowded. Now it's starting to get a bit more manageable. I think by the next month or so I should be able to finish this, and maybe this too. I'm working through all the sachets. I just realized I had tons of them, so I just organized them like this. And then for my spices, I'm using them as I need. Yesterday I finished my bay leaves, but I'm not gonna force myself to use this up, so that's what it looks like. I'm feeling better emotionally. I keep having these like emotional roller coasters, so I go up and down every day, and it doesn't really feel good. I think I should really control this better. And I started packing for Italy. Now initially I was going to pack all white clothes for Italy, and then I realized that it's going to still be quite cold. We are having a very cold beginning of spring. I don't know what is happening, but it's just super duper cold. So I didn't want to end up packing things that I would not be able to wear. My sister plans on going to an outlet shopping mall, or like an outlet center, and she really insists that the Italians have such a great taste, especially in Milan, and she's drilled that so much that I just cannot wait to go there and just discover the brands and what they have, because apparently even the selection of the things that they have, even if you go to a Zara there, the Zara is still going to be better than elsewhere, which is something I'm aware of, because typically for stores it depends on what the buyer gets and also what the people buy. So I'm just looking whether or not I need to redo my roots, but I definitely need to redo my nails, right? But for my roots, I'm just looking at this. I'm at that awkward length where I'm not really sure what to do with my hair. It's just, I don't like this length, so it either should be longer or it should be shorter. I was thinking the other day of cutting bangs, but that's the equivalent for curly girls of, you know, shaving your head. Like, it's very extreme, because you know it's a decision that looks good on the spot, but then how do you even manage that? So maybe I would just let it get longer, and then I will cut it. We'll see. Good morning, guys. My hands are frozen. We're having this Arctic wave coming from Russia or whatever. It's completely freezing outside, but there is no snow, which makes it worse. So I'm just back from grocery shopping. Let me just put this away. Oops. Let me put my coat away and I'll be back to talk to you. So I went to get my eyebrows done. It took less than 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure it took 5 minutes, which is a waste when you pay 20 euros plus tip, but it's fine. I'm gonna just put some milk, and I'm back to drinking milk. I'm actually back to eating almost everything. It's just that I pay attention to what I do and I just don't go crazy or overboard. And I wanted in this video segment to talk about the importance of looking at the small detail, the fine print of everything. I am effectively now in the period where I no longer have to do any work for my current employer. I still get paid, and I will be relieved of my duties officially in 4 weeks. Tomorrow is my goodbye speech. You get to choose the date when you do your goodbye speech. So for me, it's gonna be tomorrow, and I'm also giving back my computer and phone, etc. in 2 weeks. I can wait until the last day, but I'd rather tick as many boxes as possible. Plus, I also want to have that great vacation in Italy, so I don't want to go and still have to deal with a lot of these details. It's very important for you to know what it means to change jobs or to leave an employer, etc. So my advice is to really do your homework. It doesn't look like it, but I actually do a lot of research on a lot of things. It's just that it depends on how much time I have, but whenever I have time, I do a lot of research. So recently, because I no longer have to work for a client, I was relieved from my staffing duties, then I got to do a lot more research. And for example, I learned a lot about the Belgian law. So you know how in the US, if you resign, you have 2 weeks notice on most jobs. In Belgium, it's actually 6 weeks if you paid under 35k a year, and if you paid under 35k a year, which is the case for most professional services like consulting, lawyers, etc., then you actually have a 3-month notice period. And if you've been with the company for over 5 years, then it can go up to 6 months. But while you cannot really negotiate the 6-week period, you can, if you are in the 3 months or the 6-month category, you can actually negotiate how long you want to stay. You can use some of your vacation days, etc., etc. And also your notice period takes effect as of the first day of the following month. And you can also have a very good arrangement, which is basically a dissolution of your contract, which is when your employer agrees to terminate your contract and you also were planning on leaving, and that's like a best case scenario. So there are a lot of these details that you really have to know in which country you are and what applies and what are your rights, etc. So definitely do your homework. And the reason why I'm saying this is because as of now I don't have to serve on a client project, which is good. That means that I have time now to really focus on finding a job. But I was also researching everything about the UK law. And one thing that I have learned is that you cannot go there on a visit visa and apply there. So that means that if you go, let's say you go to you take the plane and you go to the airport, and then they find tons of CVs and business cards and motivation letters and your transcripts from college, then they will assume that you are there to seek employment when you have applied for a visitor visa, and they will effectively kick you out of the country, and you might have a ban for up to 5 years not to return, etc., etc. So that was very important for me to know. I wasn't aware of it, and obviously my intention will never be to break the law. I mean, I'm not that desperate, right? I've never been desperate, to be honest. I have great faith, and so I'm just preparing my breakfast basically. And so what this means for my relocation plans is that what I will have to do is make sure that I apply as much as possible when I'm in Belgium, and then I only go to the UK for interviews or meetings, because under the provision of the visitor visa you can actually attend meetings, you can do interviews, etc., but what you cannot do is search for the job while you're there. So I'm going to focus to apply as much as possible while I'm in Belgium, to the UK, and then as soon as I have an interview, I just hop on a train and I go there. So what that means in terms of my move is that it's gonna take longer than I thought. So instead of me moving there and doing all the research, I'm gonna remain physically in Belgium. I'm not gonna get in trouble, and so that puts a bit more pressure on me to try and find something. So I have 4 weeks until my contract finishes, and then I have obviously a lot of savings, so I can stay in the country for as much as I want, and if I want to stay an extra year, I could do that. But I want to be careful about this. I don't want to waste my time, but at the same time, I don't want to be one of those people who are very hasty. So what will happen in the next few days is that I'm going to focus a lot on trying to find something to do in the UK with a sponsorship. It's very, very difficult. If you have the impression in these vlogs that this is a daunting, tiring, energy-sucking process, then I have made a good job at conveying the atmosphere I'm basking in right now. It's really that. It's a lot of energy. Like I haven't slept in 2 days. Part of it is because of that storm, but also another part of it is just because it's only at night that my brain I cannot really escape. So there is nobody to talk to. There is most people online are sleeping. And so, and all of my friends are gone, and so that's when I'm there, and I have to think, and it's quite painful, because you think about everything. So yes, I'm very, very scared. I don't know how many times in this vlog I have mentioned being scared, but I think it's getting more and more real. Tomorrow, when I do the goodbye speech, it will be the last time that I see all of my colleagues at once. Then when I go to submit, to give back my computer and stuff, I might see a few of them, but that would be it. This weekend I'm having brunch with a partner, the woman partner from my office, again. But yeah, starting the moment where I give everything back, it's going to be even more and more real. Like, yes, I do have the feeling through this whole thing that I'm progressing slowly, but the thing is, I'm also crossing lines where there is no going back. At this point, it's not like I can get my job back. There are times when I'm harsher on myself, when the ego part of myself is a bit harsh, and there are parts where the higher self, like the spiritual part of me, is just thinking, I've beat much worse odds over and over again, and in time this one will look like just nothing. But I also am aware that it's not fair for me to just discard the fact that I don't feel okay at this moment, that I just feel vulnerable. And so these videos are also for me, so that a year from now I can go back and look at this and see what were my thoughts and how much hardship I went through, so that I get an appreciation of every single day in my new life. So that was the serious, depressing part of the video. Now I'm just gonna make my breakfast. So I'm having milk, and I added some organic coconut sugar here. I'm probably also gonna add some pure cacao. This is from Haiti, and then I'm gonna heat this thing in the oven. I'm gonna end this vlog here. I'm not going to vlog tomorrow when I do my goodbye speech, because I feel like it's going to be very emotional. I'm leaving some amazing people. I had the same thing actually in my previous job, because I left some amazing people. The other day I was looking at photos of when I left, and they made a small cake that said "Good luck, Uga." And I didn't cry that day, but it was very, very, very painful. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the same feelings. And so I will just, given that I didn't sleep well for 2 days, and given that tomorrow is going to be a quite emotional day, I'm just going to keep a low profile, and then I'll pick up vlogging again probably next week at some point. So I will talk to you then. Plot twist, I just received an email from my friend from marketing at my firm, and she's the one who organizes these speeches, etc. and she just told me that tomorrow's speech will be postponed because a few people got sick, you know, with this weather. So I have 1 more month to make my speech. To be completely honest, I'm quite relieved, and because I look like I don't look good, and insomnia has nothing to do with my speech. I mean, I'm ready, but I'd rather all my colleagues have a cute image of me when I leave, so that really works for me. Nice. On this note, now is the real end of the vlog, so I'm gonna continue having breakfast.